And hello and good afternoon, and welcome to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark as OKC Comets baseball is on the air here on 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to everybody on the Bally Sports Live, the MILB TV, and also on KOCB Channel 11. Daniel Willis here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Producer and engineer, the YouTuber back at our 1340 studios. It's the series finale between the Comets and the Round Rock Express. Comets come into today's contest with a record of 45-29. The Express at 41-33. Round Rock trying to win the series, whereas the Comets are trying to split the six-game set. As we get set for today's game. As here is your starter for the Comets, Gavin Stone, who didn't factor in a decision on Tuesday. He is going to start for the Comets. It is a nice day here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. 67 degrees, clear skies, winds blowing out the center field at 11 miles an hour. Daryl Parker, the home plate umpire, Matthew Ross, as my stupid thing decides to be dumb, Dave Lawrence and Ricky Holiday is at third base. Nick Ahmed to 68 average, 3 homers, 18 RBIs, batting right as we begin tonight's game. First pitch is fly ball to right field. Rhodes under it. They'll make the catch, and that's how we begin today's ball game at 6:05.
Batting second, the left fielder, Aaron Zavala.
Aaron Zavala, 247 average, no homers, 1 RBI. He is batting left.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Side ball 1. 0 for 4 with a strikeout last night. It's called for a strike. 1 away, just underway in the top of the first.
Ball.
That's low ball 2. And here's a line drive to right field. That's a base hit. That's going to go all the way up to the wall. The ball is going to probably stop at second. He will. And it's a double to lead off tonight's game.
Batting third, the second baseman, Justin Foscue.
And that'll bring up Justin Foscue. If you look at the replay of that RBI hit, or that double. Foscue is outside ball 1. 245 average, 6 homers, 36 RBIs, batting right. So in a minute, strike 1.
1-1.
Out of the way. Striker outside. There's 2 away here in the top of the first. Trevor Halver is up at the plate. First pitch, fouled away. Trevor hitting 271 average, 6 homers, 48 RBIs, batting left. They're scoring here in the top of the first. Round Rock trying to not waste that double that they've hit. No runs a hit and a runner left. We go to the bottom of the first. Round Rock 0, Comets coming up to bat here in this game. Don't have Senor Sean with me. He would normally be here. Josh Stevens will start for the Express. This is his third start, 1-0 record, 2.30 earned run average, and the rest of his stats as usual. Getting ready for what will be a very fun game here tonight.
The center fielder.
That's the way they call it, 242 average, 9 homers, 21 RBIs. He's batting left. Stevens' first pitch. Outside. After tonight's game, we're halfway through the 2024 or 2025 minor league season for the Comets. 1-0 for Stevens. Next pitch is way high for ball 2. Round Rock in their gray jerseys. Round Rock across the front in navy script letters, so that's high for ball 2. Red numbers on the back, gray pants, navy hats. Comets in their home whites. Comets across the front in, as it swung on a miss for strike 2. In blue scripted letters with a baseball shooting comment underneath the logo. Red numbers on the front, blue numbers on the back. White pants, blue hats and brims. OKC in diagonal letters with a shooting letter with a Comet shooting K. I'm not going through the letter K on the front, as that's caught by the left fielder. One away here in the bottom of the first. Defense for the Express from left to right goes Aaron Zavala, Kevin Pollard, and Trevor Halver. Third baseman Nick Ahmed. The shortstop is Nick Ahmed. Second baseman Justin Foscue, Justin Hatcher at first, and Malcolm Morris the catcher. The defense for the Comets are Chris Saline, Josue De Paula, and John Rhodes in the outfield. Third baseman David Bodie. Shortstop is Armando Alvarez. Second baseman Jose Iglesias. Ryan Ward at first. And the catcher is James McCann.
Batting second, the third baseman, David.
There's David Bodie up. You see his stats, 257 average, 9 homers, 31 RBIs. Batting right. Up for a strike. Pitch.
That's a ball.
That's low.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball and 1 strike. Stevens' next pitch. And Senor Sean has arrived. He's not missed much other than Round Rock hitting a doubles. That swung on a miss for strike 3, and now it's the second out of the inning. I think he's busy getting something going. That's Jose. Oh, there he is. There he is. Jose Iglesias, 179 average, no homers and RBIs. Stevens' next pitch. There's a line drive to left field. This is going to be trouble, and it is trouble as that's a base hit. Bounces off the top of the wall. And Iglesias will stop at second, and that'll be a double. So both teams have gotten a hit here in the first inning. Now brings up Ryan Ward. First pitch. That's called for a strike. Ryan Ward batting .219 average, 11 homers, 36 RBIs. He's batting left. Stevens' next pitch, and here it comes.
No,
that's low for a ball. One, the next pitch.
Nope.
Down low, ball 2. That was right underneath the strike zone.
Ball.
That's ball. Yeah, ball 3. James McCann on deck. Trying to avoid not having to walk. Normally we would have the Tuesday starters, but apparently someone was scratched at the last minute. Here's a fly ball to deep left field. And this ball is off the top of the wall. That will score a run just like that. It's an RBI double for Ryan Ward. And the Comets strike first in the bottom of the first and take a 1-0 lead.
wheel.
Well, like we talked about, teams when striking first have gone 4-1. That's high for ball one for James McCann. 270 average, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, batting right with Oklahoma City.
Man, I would think this crowd would have been a lot more packed.
Yeah. There's a line drive to center field. That's going to be caught to end the inning. So only 1 run for the Comets. That was on 2 hits and a runner left. We go to the second. Comets lead now 1-0 over the E-Train. But it's only the first inning in the books. So still plenty of time for Round Rock to get something going.
Leading off for Round
With
Rock,
the dangerous Alan Trejo, 272 average, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Top half of the second here in Oklahoma City. Final game between these two teams, and of not just the series, but the season series between these two.
Which also means this is our last broadcast.
Yeah, for quite a while. It's down low.
It's going to stink when this thing's over with.
Yeah. And here is Bodie had trouble picking it up, but he recovers and throws the first, and there's the first out of the second inning.
The first baseman, Josh Hatcher.
So what's at stake as Josh Hatcher, 197 average, 4 homers, 17 RBIs, batting left. First pitch from Stone. That's fouled away. Of course, in the IRL business, it was starting at 3:35 because of the lead up to the NBA Finals. Here's a line drive to left field. That's caught by Aline. There's the second out of the inning.
Which fans are going to be able to stay there after the game.
Yep. Eva Rodriguez, 333 average with 3 RBIs, no homers, batting right.
Usually, once this game's over and once we're done with this broadcast, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, Sean's already gonna have one more night here in Oklahoma City and then head home tomorrow with the E-Train. It's called for a strike. Of course, that's why we're doing the early broadcast, because I also have my SummerSlam night too. That will be later this evening. Hopefully the wind will die down.
Well, let's just hope the stream can last for this game.
Tell me about it. That is fouled away.
That's ball 2.
Ball 2. That's swing and a miss, strike 3. Round Rock is down in order. Head to the bottom of the second with 1-0.
Leading off, the designated hitter, Aaron Bracho.
It's called for a strike, yes.
Touch.
Oh no, you touched the cars. There's a blooper to the left field for a base hit. So now the Comets have gotten their third hit of the game.
The shortstop, Armando Alvarez.
Don't know when we will see the Express next time. If it's in the playoffs or next season, because like I said, we don't have the 2026 schedule. And after today, we're halfway through the season, so that's cool. And here's a line drive to center field, but that's going to be caught. Armando Alvarez.
Batting eighth.
Yeah. 185 average for Armando Alvarez with Oklahoma City. 6 homers, 19 RBIs. Since the game wouldn't let me go over his stats, so I had to pause the game to do that. John Roach, 265 average, 2 homers, 4 RBIs with Oklahoma City. Batting right. First pitch.
Ball one.
It's inside ball one. That's a ground ball to left field, past the third baseman to left field for a base hit. Boy, the Comets have gotten some hits going on.
This has been the complete opposite for the Express.
Yeah. Express 3 straight games, they led off the game with runs. Now the Comets trying to do the same. End the series.
Actually, it was the first 4 games.
First 4 games, I'm sorry. 180 average for Chris Saline, 6 homers, 15 RBIs. Excuse me there.
You tired?
Now my stupid phone decided to wake me up because I got a notification. It's called for a strike. We cut that out. 0-2. Here's the next pitch from Stevens.
One ball.
Outside ball one.
I know I did that on purpose, folks. Don't yell at me in the comments.
I don't think they will. Way outside ball two on a slider. Josh has not had a lot of starts. As I said, this is his 3rd start. I think this is a bullpen game for the Express. That's found a way. So if that is indeed the case, then Round Rock doing a bullpen game to end off the series, that's interesting.
It's interesting, and sometimes it's not the brightest strategy.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, so he redeems himself, gets a strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Josue Paulo, 1 for 20 in the series, flew out his first time up batting left.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. I just wouldn't want to try to do that.
That's way outside ball one. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts last night. So DePaula has really been struggling in this series. And his series with Albuquerque was not good, as that's swinging a miss for strike 1. So he's really been struggling at the plate of late.
And that's not good when you're thinking about the second half of the season coming up.
Exactly, if that's outside for ball 2. Especially when you've got a good series coming up next week in Sacramento.
And where Sacramento really hurts you.
Yep, so that's called for a strike. Hitter-friendly environments have not been kind to Oklahoma City of late. As there's a fly ball to deep right field. The right fielder going back right in front of the warning track will make the catch now in the second. No runs on 2 hits and no errors and 2 left on. We go to the third. It is 1-0 Oklahoma City leading the Round Rock Express.
Leading off for Round Rock, the catcher,
Malcolm Moore.
92.
Malcolm Moore.
233 average, no homers, 4 RBIs, batting left. Check swing for strike 1.
0-1.
Next pitch is fouled away.
And I'm going to, here's the thing, just a bit, I'm going to be having to watch 2 things at the same time.
Yeah. That's strike 3 over the first, 1 away in the third.
Batting 9, the center fielder.
And that's not because the game's boring. Don't start thinking that.
I know they don't. Yeah. Oh, it bounced off the dirt, so that was a drop third strike. So
That's why you have a throw it towards.
yep, here comes the dangerous hitter Kevin Pillar, 279 average, 7 homers, 29 RBIs.
Well, we said he's dangerous, but we've been saying he's dangerous. He just hasn't been proving it.
Yeah. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
804 OPS.
Hey,
Check swing for strike 3.
yeah, see, we say he's dangerous. He just during the series, not much to prove.
Nick Allman flew out his first time up back in the first. He's batting right. Here's the first pitch.
Ball, that's outside.
That's it, outside ball 1. Nick Allman leads the team in hits this season. And he popped up. Catcher is going to be, or no, it's going to be Bodie who will get it. He'll make the catch, and that won the inning. So nothing for the Express. We go to the bottom of the third. It is 1-0 Oklahoma City over Round Rock.
It's just the mistakes that Round Rock is doing, not doing well on batting.
I do not know what their record is when trying to go for a series win.
I
That's
got no
called for
idea.
a strike. They've had chances to try to get a series win, but it has not happened as that's found a way. 1-0 Oklahoma City here in the fourth, as that's fouled away.
Oh, actually, wait, I'm watching 3 things at once. That's great.
Well, right now, Pocono could be starting in a delay.
It's not bad. We also have Indy cars.
Well, it's a gorgeous day in IndyCar land.
Yeah, at Road America.
Yep. That's outside. 1-2. That is called for strike 3. 1 away here in the third.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Jose Iglesias doubled his first time up. 5 for 20 in the series.
Here's the thing. We also didn't talk about Iglesias. He's been all right, but we were thinking that some of these guys were going to be the big hitters that we were seeing in the past.
Stevens' next pitch is down low. He's throwing 42 pitches.
Geez, that ain't even good.
That's fouled away.
But I think you can agree that these guys that we were thinking that were going to be so great because they know what they're doing haven't been providing them.
Nice catch by Justin.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ryan Ward.
Stupid PlayStation 5. Oh, I was going to say Justin Foscue made a great catch for the second out until my PlayStation interrupted me. That was great PlayStation. Yeah, and I will go throw the voice modulator down the mountain into the cap dive for interrupting me and charging him with a $500 assessment. That's a line drive to right center field over Foscue for a base hit.
Well,
The problem is for the Comets, they've had only, that's the 5th hit for the Comets.
McCann.
and they only got 1 run to prove.
Don't worry, Round Rock's going to probably get back in this game as that's called for a strike. McCann lined out his first time out, 5 for 22 homers, 4 RBIs in the series.
You say that and somehow that doesn't happen.
Oh, it's going to happen, trust me. If this was in Sacramento, you know it's going to happen, as that's swung on a miss for strike 2.
Well, this ain't Sacramento. That's Tuesday.
Yeah. I'll be all by myself Tuesday for the series opener as the Comets take on the River Cats.
And this ain't Dell Diamond either. Which Round Rock is then back home to Dell Diamond and facing off against Tacoma.
Yep, the Rainiers. That's a blooper to left field. And that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a runner left. We head to the fourth. It is 1-0 OKC. And someone was looking at me creepy, but I'm not going to say his name.
It wasn't me.
No, I think it's a drunken beaver.
Oh, for crying out loud.
That would be...
Do we need security in here?
I don't think so. Aaron Zavala will lead off the fourth inning. Hopefully we can find out. Can't wait till we get MLB 26 and we get to do it all over again.
Yeah, get to do this stuff again. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, how many times are the Comets and the Express going to face off? Hopefully more than 3 series.
You want to just see him again, don't you?
Yeah. Justin Foscue struck out his first time out. I would be okay with a minimum of 2 meetings in Oklahoma City, 2 meetings in Round Rock, not 3. That's just me. Not trying to throw anybody under the bus or anything.
But you're low key.
That's a line drive. That's a ground ball to left field past Alvarez for a base hit. So that's the first hit since the first inning for the Express. Trevor Halver is up. Check swing for a strike. Tomorrow's a travel day for everybody as we'll be back on Tuesday for the series opener against Sacramento. 8:45 will be our first pitch from Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento as the Comets and the River Cats, the AAA parent club of the San Francisco Giants. Should be a fun
trip for y'all.
Yep. Yeah, but it'll be a late game as that's a line drive. This is going to be a caught. Nice catch by De Paula for the second out. Ignoring my roommates yelling in the background outside my door. So.
Jeez.
That's the second out. That's Gavin Stone. Reaction says it all. So again, 8:45 first pitch. We'll be on the air at 8:30 for Comets on deck. That's Kahn now in the inning. No runs, a hit, and a runner left. Bottom of the fourth coming up. 1-0 Oklahoma City. Wind's not blowing as hard today versus yesterday when the string got cut out. So that says to me the winds are dying down a bit. It's blowing 20 miles an hour as that's outside for ball 1. Today it's only blowing in the teens.
Ball, that's out.
Hope you'll join us later tonight for SummerSlam, my SummerSlam, Night 2. And that will be, and then Monday Night Raw will be a TBD because I do not know what time I'm going to be back for my orientation tomorrow.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yes, I got my main event orientation tomorrow starting at 5:30, so TBD on what time I will have Monday Night Raw.
Full count.
I'll probably be live early for NXT on Tuesday before the series opener between the Comets and the Sacramento River Cats.
All right.
That's ball 4. Take your man.
So there's ball 4, and there's the first walk for the Express
Now
pitching
batting,
staff
the
tonight.
shortstop,
Yeah, for crying out loud.
Alvarez.
Armando Alvarez lined out his first time up, 3 for 17 with 2 doubles in the series. That's fouled away. Looking forward to the series opener between the Comets and the River Cats. Sacramento really gave the Comets a lot of fits the first meeting here in Oklahoma City between the two. We'll see if that will be the case on Tuesday, as I mentioned. So we'll have an 8:45 start, a 12:05 start, 12:05 local to be more specific. It'll be 6:45 local, 12:05 local, 6:45, 6:45, 6:37, and then 1:05. That's the series finale. John Rhodes singled his first time up. So those are the times.
And John Rhodes has probably been the one player that has been powerful.
And remember, he's been going back and forth between Double-A Tulsa and Oklahoma City.
I'm surprised that he hasn't been shown the kindness by his OKC team.
Mm-hmm. One thing Oklahoma City needs to not do in this is hit a double play to end the inning.
Ball,
That's
in.
outside.
And yeah, I'm about to be seeing 3 teams at the same time. That's going to be fun. Yeah, you know which 3 teams I'm watching.
Yep. Throw to second is not in time, as that was ball 2. So that will be ruled a wild pitch. If you take a look at the replay here, yeah, it goes off the catcher, and the runner took off for second. I don't think that will be no, that will not be a stolen base.
That was called a wild pitch.
Yep. So that was advance on a wild pitch as we're back to live action. But now the double play goes out the door just like that. That's called for strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Now bring up Chris Saline, who struck out his first time up. He's 1 for 16 in the series. First pitch for Stevens.
Nope.
Outside. 174 average with runners in scoring position for Chris Saline. 65 pitches. Here's 66 for Stevens, as that's fouled away. Next pitch is called for a strike. That's strike 3 over the first. That one the fourth. Still runs a hit and a runner left. We go the 5th. 1-0 Oklahoma City.
Leading off for Round Rock, the first baseman,
Josh Hatcher leading off the 5th. So we'll be halfway through the series finale.
Ball 1.
It's called for a strike. There's a pop-up to center field. DePaula going back. 074 will make the catch for the first out of the inning.
The third baseman, number 3, Tabor Rodriguez.
We're just up here pretty much bored out of our minds.
Uh-huh. First pitch is down low for ball 1. That's Tabor Rodriguez. 2 doubles with 2 RBIs his last 3 games. Here's the next pitch. Check swing. Good.
You good?
Yep. Next Next pitch, fouled away.
I think I might need to order coffee up here into the booth.
I got a drink. It's just I'm still tired as heck. Oh, this is in trouble. Deep left field. This game is tied.
When you heard it,
Faber Rodriguez's first home run with the Express. It's tied at 1.
Man, when you heard that ball crack off the bat, it was gone.
That went into the Comets bullpen, by the way.
Oh, the Comets ain't going to be too pleased about that.
Yeah. 420 feet. No. 423 feet is what I was trying to say. It made me get tongue twisted. As Malcolm Moore's up, first pitch is outside. Next pitch. Bounce. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Out of the way. Pauline couldn't get there in time, but it was going to be foul anyway. 1-2. The count. That's called for strike 3. There's the second out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 12.
Well,
Pilar.
let's see how the rest of this game goes. I'm really not going to hold my breath on saying, oh, we're going to probably see now the excitement.
There's a line ground ball to center field. That's a base hit. So Round Rock has now got the potential go-ahead run at first with 2 away and for Nick Ahmed.
Nick Ahmed.
It's really good thing out there just
Outside ball 1. Flew out and popped out his first 2 at-bats. Tied at 1 here in the 5th.
After a home run just a little bit ago.
Yep, by Rodriguez, his first on the year, his 4th RBI. Swing and a miss. Really should have not swung at that. That should have been ball 2 if he didn't swung at that.
I don't know what he was thinking.
That's popped up. Catcher is under it. Or is it? No. Ryan Ward's under it. He'll make the catch. That'll end the inning. But home run for Faber Rodriguez. A run on 2 hits and a runner left. Halfway through the series finale between the Express and the Comets, we are tied at 1 apiece.
Here on this Sunday.
Yep, happy final day of the NBA season.
Well, again, once this broadcast is done, I'm out of here.
Back on the mound is Stevens as he's on that number. Postway to Paula.
Here's the thing. This track is going to be, well, getting out of here, out of OKC, is going to be a nightmare. So the earlier I get out of here, the better.
Yeah. 71st pitch for Stevens is outside for ball 2.
I'm saying I don't dislike OKC, I just don't want to be involved in traffic.
That's a pop-up. And Pollard is under it. Will make the catch. 1 away in the 5th.
Now batting, the third baseman, David Bodie.
So if this game stays tied, then we wouldn't have any problems.
Yeah. That's a line drive to center field for a base hit.
That's going to change now because I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
You sure?
I don't think so. Jose Iglesias is now up. Speaking of NBA, of course, tonight being Game 7 of the NBA Finals, we have some NBA news that has happened. As you see, Jose Iglesias 1 for 2 with a double.
Well, yeah, we did get some NBA news.
Which,
We'll talk about that.
That's a ball.
yeah, we'll talk about it off the air. Hair Club Los Angeles Dodgers played this afternoon as they wrap up a 10-game homestand against the Washington Nationals.
So is the
Round Rock's parent club, the Texas Rangers. Yep.
they're playing an afternoon game away in Pittsburgh against the Pirates.
Yep. Dodgers will be off tomorrow. They will head to Colorado to start a 3-game series, and then the Kansas City Royals next weekend as that's found away.
I think for the Rangers, they're on the road tomorrow again, heading towards Baltimore.
Start, I believe, a 3-game series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, before they head on home for a weekend series against Seattle.
Yep. And it's caught for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, first baseman, Ryan Ward.
Yes. Such a calming day outside here in OKC, though.
TBA, who will start for the Dodgers. Marquez will start for the Rockies at Coors Field. Adrian Hauser, Jesse Chavez warming up in the bullpens.
This is going to probably be the part of the game where the bullpens are going to start coming in.
That's ball 2.
Now low ball 3. James McCann on deck. I will watch the Duracell Cup Series whenever this game is done, as that's called for a strike, so no spoilers.
Yeah. I'm just keeping track of 2 other stuff, so
Yeah, found a way for a full count.
don't mind me.
Talking about as that's a ground ball to base hit past the third baseman. Runners at the corner, not in time. Thought it was going to be runners at the corner, but Ryan Ward has hit his second double of the night.
And it's going to be runners at second and third.
Yep. And that'll be it. Manager for the Express gave the signal to the bullpen, and that's the end of the night for the starter.
Here we go. This is the part of the game where we're heading towards the bullpen.
Now pitching for Round Rock.
Adrian Hauser is the new pitcher.
Adrian Hauser.
Now, this could go one of 2 ways. It's either going to look well or it's going to go terribly wrong.
All he needs to do is just get this last out. That's all he needs.
That's the part.
Outside ball 1 on the first pitch.
This is the part where you don't want to hold your breath.
Flew on lined out for James McCann. Of course, with the Dodgers organization off, of course, we have the, in IRL terms, we have our Dolphins organization playing tomorrow, which is kind of weird. They're playing on a Monday. That's a line drive to left field. That's a base hit. 1 run has scored. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. It's an RBI, 2 RBI single for McCann, and it's 3-1 Comets here in the 5th.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about.
I was thinking the same way as you, Senor.
Well, see, you gotta think, for me, I think of a way of madness. That was gonna be a problem.
Uh-huh.
And you know how my thoughts are sometimes.
Yep. Aaron Broncho singled his first time up, the switch hitter batting left. As that's fouled away. The Finns are playing a doubleheader tomorrow as they have a very long homestand. They're hosting Oklahoma State tomorrow. Game 1 will start at noon Central Time. They're playing a day-night doubleheader.
That's an interesting setup.
Yeah, because remember, they're traveling home after the game. They played this afternoon, or they played at 11 a.m. today, swinging a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. But 2 runs for the Comets on, I don't know how many hits, but we had a runner left aboard, so we had the 6.
Man, now I'm trying to get sad.
I'll look it up in just a second, how many hits that was. Pull up the log here.
I'm going to start getting sad.
It was
here.
2 runs, 3 hits, and a runner left. That's what it was. Final nut line for Josh Stevens, 4 2/3, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. And Gavin Stone is still on the mound as we start the 6th.
You really don't want me to be sad, right?
Probably not. Today, Dolphins lost in Wichita, as they were in Wichita State all series. They lost 6-3, as they had to salvage a series split, so that's why they are traveling home right now. Highland Cho got the win for Wichita State. Trinity Lee took the loss. 3-run homer for Addison Peterson for the Finns, her 21st of the season. As here's a ground ball over to Bodie over the first. 1 away in the 6th. Finns and the Shockers split the 6-game series. That's why the Dolphins head home. They will host Oklahoma State, as they're going to play 2 doubleheaders. They're playing 8 games in a span of 6 days. They're going to play Monday, take an off day on Tuesday, resume the series on Wednesday, as there's 2 away here in the 6th.
Now batting, the right fielder, Trevor Hauer.
Trevor Hauer flew out and ground out his 2 plate appearances, batting left. That's high for all 1. So looking at the Round Rock manager.
He's not in a good mood right now.
No, he's not. And of course, they had a chance to win the series, and instead, what could have been a winning series for Round Rock could end up becoming a series split and losing the season series.
Which would suck.
Uh-huh. Swing and a miss, strike 3, that one, the top of the 6th. Ron Rock has not had any answers as they go down 1-2-3. It's still down 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Leading off, the shortstop, Armando.
Here's the thing. I haven't even heard any good news coming from the Express manager as we begin the bottom of the 6th.
Matt Best is warming up in the Express bullpen. Along with Jesse Chavez. And the first one away in the 6th. Around the Dolphins minor league system. ECS Array, the game just went final, by the way. ECS Array falling in Salt Lake City to the Utah Utes 9-5.
Ooh.
As they have, ECS Array has now lost 5 in a row as they lose the series 5-1. They won the series opener on Tuesday, but just got destroyed Wednesday and Thursday and just never found their rhythm. And the worst part is that's down low for ball 1. The worst part is for this loss today, they had a 5-run lead and let it slip away in the 6th inning alone as they allowed Utah to score 9 runs on 6 hits. And the stripes allow, as that's popped up. And the first baseman is under it, will make the catch for the second out. So in the 8th, it was 9 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors were committed. And they were threatening to score again, but got a strikeout to end the 6th inning, but the damage was done as far as that was concerned.
That's got to be a tough one.
Yeah. Of all the losses, that is a difficult, disappointing loss for ECS Array. So they've really been struggling on their little road trip. As that is a 1-2-3 inning for the Comets. We go to the 7th. OKC leads 3-1, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Comets. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the E-Train. Daniel Voiles and Sean Hart here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. The YouTube, our producer and engineer, back in our 1340 studios.
It's a very disappointing Sean Hart. That's for sure.
Hey, I wanted to say Sean has had a great hospitality that we've given him, so that's the best part.
I want to thank the great people here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark who've been grateful for me being here.
Yep, Luis Garcia, Cody Funderbuck warming up in the Comets bullpen. Go ahead.
But it's just, man, it kind of seems that...
Oh, and it bounced off Gavin Stone. Throw to first in time. That's a 1-5-3. He hit the ball, bounced off the pitcher, went to third baseman. Bodie picked it up, threw it to first, and got the out. That's something you don't normally see as far as a ground ball, as far as that's concerned.
Oh, my goodness. How did we not get a replay of that, though? Production crew, what's going on here?
We're going to get a replay on that in just a second.
Good grief.
Hopefully we get a replay, as I don't know what number 61 was doing. Okay, here's a look at the replay here. Look at the replay here on this hit. No, they're not giving me a replay of that. Hold on one second. Let me go back to the 7th inning. Look at the replay here on this hit. Not errors. This is the replay I was talking about. Here's the replay. Look at that. Just points him off the glove, and then he picks it up and throws it over the first. You don't see that ever.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's okay after that. He's not normally the player okay after a ball hits you.
Yeah, that was the replay I was trying to get. They gave me the replay of the previous pitch. That was not what I want, you derping hyenas. That's a base hit.
My goodness, glad the pitcher's okay, but that's a scary thing.
Yeah, just bounced off the glove.
Rodriguez.
If they could have gone anywhere worse, we are talking injury.
Mm-hmm. Over the first, not in time. Well, you think about Emmett Sheehan, who had to leave his start against, I want to say, Tacoma, did not return, and Tony Gonsolin, who's now with the with Sugarland, had to come in and pitch 3 innings. He ended up becoming the winning pitcher that night.
You just don't want to see stuff like that. It's a scary thing to see, not just for the players, but also for the spectators.
Mm-hmm.
That's ball.
Down low ball 2.
2-0.
Man, I'm kind of glad that they're keeping that pitcher out there, though.
That's high. Well, sooner or later, he's going to have to make a pitching change as Malcolm Moore's on deck. That's called for a strike. Before the break, we were just going over the Dolphins organizations. We just got done with ACSRA, who got destroyed by Utah, and they lost the series. The rest of... Yep, 3-2 the count. We'll go through the rest of the other organizations in a minute. That's low ball 3. Or ball 4, rather. So that is the first walk for Stone tonight. And that'll be it for Gavin Stone. So 75 pitches for Gavin Stone. Good outing. Question is, will he get the win? That's going to be the question.
Now pitching. Luis Garcia.
And the decision.
But still a nice bounce-back effort. As Luis Garcia, the new pitcher. You saw Gavin Stone waving his hat to the fans as he goes 6 in the third, so that's good. Malcolm Moore, the first to greet him.
Hey, he was able to give the crowd something to watch, so.
Something to cheer for,
Nope, that's down.
as that's down low for ball 1. Around the rest of the Dolphins organization, ICSRA played a doubleheader. They were in, as that's called for a strike. They were at Northwestern. They first had a Rizuma game that was suspended from Wednesday because of all the rain. The game went 11 innings, the suspended game did. They ended up winning 2-1 over Northwestern as they held the Cats to only 3 hits as far as that is concerned. They're playing the regular scheduled game right now. And right now, that game's going to extras as well. It is no score in the 8th inning as neither team has had chances, but neither team has taken advantage.
That's not a good thing to hear about for that.
ICSRA has had no runs on 6 hits. As far as that's concerned, the Cats have had no runs on 5 hits. So it's kind of been a pitcher's duel.
Which we almost had that yesterday.
Yeah, we almost did yesterday. That's a fly ball to left field. That's fouled away. ICSRA trying to stop. If ICSRA wins this game against Northwestern, they will earn a series split. They've lost 3 games until they won on Friday. Yesterday they won, coming back from trailing 5-0. They won by 7-5 score, as they scored 7 runs. And here's the ironic part for Northwestern. It was when they were down to their final strike in the top of the 7th is when they started the rally. 3-2. Here's a blooper to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's going to be wide. It's an RBI single for Malcolm Moore. And the Express are now within 1 at 3-2.
All right. That was what...
I think in the words of you, Sean, the rally time has just begun for the Express.
Well, a little bit early rally. We're not really in the point of...
Here's a ground ball. This is second for 1. Throw to first in time to end the inning. But 1 run on 2 hits and none left. It's time to stretch and sing in Oklahoma. The Comets now lead 3-2.
There was 1 left.
Yep, 1 left. Jesse Chavez, the new pitcher for the E-Train.
Leading off, the center fielder, Swag, Dave Paula.
Now, Chavez could be somebody interesting here at this point of the game.
That's low.
Maybe you try to at least minimize the damage.
1-0 the count. First pitch was low. That's outside for ball 2. GTS Array has not played their series finale yet. They're in Las Vegas, trying to avoid getting swept by the UNLV Rebels, as that's ball 3. David Bodie on deck. Their series finale will begin at... Their series finale is actually underway. That is currently no score in the top of the first, as a matter of fact.
Well, that game just started.
Yep, the game started. That's ball 4.
Now batting, third
Jeez,
base,
what a terrible start for that pitcher.
Jody.
Yep, not good for Jesse Chavez. Yeah, and the announcer calls Jesse Chavez a girl when it's a boy. What a derping hyena. Here's a line drive to deep right field. Right fielder going back, and it is off the top of the wall. And coming to the plate, and it's going to be a double for David Bodie. Oh, boy.
Oh, geez, what a terrible start to him.
Yep. This is not what you needed.
This has just been the turnaround of this series.
Mm-hmm. TMS Array got shut out today as they struggled. TMS Array's been having troubles with Texas teams. Well, guess what? It happened again. They got shut out to the team who just became the runner-ups to Texas. That would be the Red Raiders. Got shut out 5-0. TMS Array has now lost 6 series against Texas teams. 6 series.
You want to know what they need to do?
What?
Stay out of Texas.
Well, I got bad news for them, as that's a throw. That's strike 3 over the first, 1 away in the 7th. Well, bad news for them. They have another Texas series they got to worry about. They got to go to Houston. They're playing Houston, but at least they'll be back home to host Houston.
But they're facing another Texas team.
At least they're going to be home, as that's a base hit. That scored a run. Here comes another run, and it's not in time. It's a 2 RBI single for Ryan Ward. and it's 5-2 Oklahoma City here in the subs past the stretch. So those are your scores as far as that's concerned. Dolphins baseball, by the way, will be off tomorrow. They'll be heading to the West Coast to start a California road trip tomorrow.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
As Aaron Broncho 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Dolphins baseball will be heading to San Diego State in San Diego, California. They'll take on the Aztecs starting on Tuesday at 6. As here's the throw to second. It is not in time. It's a stolen base for Ryan Ward, excuse me. Tyler Thomas, who's lost his last 3 starts, will look to find some answers. He'll start for the Fins. TBA, who will start for San Diego on Tuesday. That'll be a 9:10 Central Time start. In San Diego. ECS Array, they are in, if I pull up my thing, they are heading to, that's found away. They're heading to Virginia. They're going to technically play a doubleheader. First, they will resume a game that was suspended in the 7th inning, as that's fouled away. That game was tied at one run apiece when the game was suspended due to inclement weather. This was back in April, so they're going to play the resumption of a game that was suspended back in April, as that's outside. It's a 1-1 tie in the top of the 7th when the rains came. So they'll finish that game off, then play the regular scheduled game 30 minutes later. ICS Array will be in Iowa at 6:35 Central Time, taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Here's a ground ball over the first. That will end the inning. But the Comets get 2 more runs on a couple of more hits. No errors and I believe some runners left on base. We head to the 8th. It's 5-2 Oklahoma City as we head to the 8th inning.
It was 1 left.
1 left. Thank you, Sean. Zach Jackson, the new pitcher for the Comets. If you look at his stats,
Really, at this point now, I think it's not having cushion as well. Right now, OKC has a bunch of cushion.
yeah. That's fouled away for strike 1. GTS Array will be in Albuquerque starting on Tuesday. They'll be at Isotopes Park starting at 1:05 Central Time on Tuesday. TMS Array.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm going to look here.
We're seeing a bullpen.
Yeah. TMS Array, and that was Bruce Grotto also warming up. TMS Array will be in Sugarland, taking on Rice on Tuesday at 7:05. So those are your updates on your thing. And that is a fly ball to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Round Rock still has a chance.
Now batting, left fielder Aaron Zavala.
Also, I do want to thank the people for Dell Diamond for giving a wonderful hospitality for me for the 2 trips down there at Dell Diamond. Before I forget, because if I forget, then Sean's going to tase me for that.
Ball, that's out.
I'm probably still going to take you anyway.
Oh no! Going to be a tough series for the Comets. We start the second half on Tuesday in Sacramento. Like I said, do not have the pitching matchups on who will start for either team unless you saw it in the postgame report yesterday. Sacramento looking to have some answers, so that's called for a strike.
We'll see about that. A lot of people are just going to get ready to start that second half starting on Tuesday.
Yep, remember the records go back to 0. That's to start the second half. So everybody will start at 0-0, but we'll talk about the overall records that will still go up. That's ball 4. That was not what the Comets needed. Now the tying run is at the plate.
Justin Foscue.
And here comes Justin Foscue. Down low for ball 1. That's called for a strike.
1-1.
And here's a line drive. That's a base hit, Sean. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run has scored. Here comes another run. It's not going to be in time. Yes, it's not in time. It's a 2 RBI double for Justin Foscue. It's 5-4 Oklahoma City. As Sean likes to call it, rally time has already started.
Not so fast yet. They're still down by a run.
Now the go-ahead run is at the plate. That's it for Zach Jackson.
Geez, they didn't even get far into this part of the inning.
Here's Cody Funderburk. That's his stats combined, both Oklahoma City and Tacoma. Remember, he was acquired in a trade from Tacoma, the Seattle Mariners organization. Oh, by the way, nobody out, I like to remind you, Sean. That's called for a strike.
Look, I'm not going to say much on that. Okay?
Mm-hmm. We've had a wreck-it in the IRL IndyCar race.
Yeah.
A ball over the first, 1 away in the 8th. Runner did advance the 3rd.
Now batting, designated hitter Alan Trejo.
So the Comets that's called for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Two strikes already.
No balls and 2 strikes. Funderburk's next pitch. That's a line drive. That's caught. Are they going to tag the runner? The answer looks like to be a yes, and this game is tied just
The bat,
like
the first baseman,
that.
Josh.
Alan Trejo just got an RBI, and now the Express are tied.
Now we got a game.
Oh, yes, sirree. Check swing. Did not go around. That's ball one. Round Rock trying to win the series and take a season series split.
And we would both be
Yeah,
happy.
that's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
We would both be happy if we have a season series split.
Here's a ground ball. Thunderberg's under it over the first. That will end the inning. But Round Rock comes back to score 3 runs on their own.
But that is bottom of the inning.
In a 5-5 tie, I think we can safely say both starters will not figure in the decision. It's JT Shaq Watson.
That's already,
JT.
I can already be told that that's already
Leading it
official.
off. Not sure.
Let me make sure it is confirmed. Jesse Chavez, an inning, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Cody Thunderberg's second blown save, by the way. Zach Jackson, no innings pitched, 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts.
Stop. Armando.
That's terrible.
Alvarez.
Also, the stream's still working perfectly. So that's still good.
It's still going.
Cool.
Keep a track on that. Trying to find something.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes for Alvarez. That's 1-2 the count.
It's staying 1-2 to count, by the way.
Yep. Couple of foul balls.
You buddy?
That's swinging a miss, strike 3. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th.
The right fielder, number 5, John Rose.
I think you're probably ready for this game to be over.
Yep. John Rhodes is on 200 and that number on his average. Dane Dunning, Matt Festa warming up in the Express bullpen.
Here's the thing. One of those... John Rhodes, again, one of those dangerous hitters. He's the one that kind of helped OKC win one of the games earlier, well, a couple days ago in this series.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away in the 8th.
The left fielder, number 30, Chris Ali.
Chris Arlene is up. Comets let a 3-run lead slip away, which is not a big surprise.
You're not happy about that now, are you?
You think I'm gonna be unhappy with? Not gonna be a happy camper with him.
You're not
That's fouled away. hopefully we don't go to extras. That's another thing I'm worried about.
You're worried about a lot of things, aren't you?
I'm worried about the Comets losing this game after having a 3-run lead all game. And I'm worried about going to extras. I'm worried about Sean not going to get home, as that's low ball 1. I'm worried about...
I'm already stuck here.
Ball 2.
That's ball 2.
I can't.
If this was IRL, the Comets would be on the chopping block by now, knowing that.
Oh, hey, let me just tell you this. I'm stuck here.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, Comets down in order.
I'm stuck here until we're done with this broadcast, you know.
We go the 9th, 5-5.
Now pitching, Brewster Rotero.
And shockingly, they bring the closer in to pitch the top of the 9th, which I'm questioning that call as
Leading
well.
off for Round Rock, the third
Here's Caber Rodriguez.
Caber
Unless he pitches a good inning, then that's fine. But if he doesn't, we're in trouble.
That Round Rock will have their closer warming up right now. That's called for a strike. Also, we don't know when Alex Freeland will be back up.
We'll wait in due time on that.
Yep. Damn, starting to freaking roast people on Twitter.
Oh, we have a roasting session?
Yeah, I'm looking at a group on Facebook.
Are you kidding me?
That's a line drive deep left field, and Round Rock just took the lead just like that. Second time, Caber Rodriguez goes deep. Senor Sean is doing the bang bang. Take a bow, Caber Rodriguez. Round Rock leads 6-5, just like that.
In the ninth, we got there.
Wow. The dugout is going nuts.
And the crowd has gone silent here in OKC. Oh my goodness, what a beauty.
Yep, that ball went out. Aye. 1-1.
Man,
Yeah, someone called him out because someone couldn't watch something on Prime, which I was like, oh, dang. Shot spot.
Are we seriously complaining about that garbage?
Hey, at least I'm not complaining as Grodderall caught the ball with the first one away in the 9th. I'm not complaining that
The center field.
I'm glad they're showing my OKC Comets games on KOCB, which I'm happy. It's like, at least I have something to watch.
They're probably showing it right now.
Well, it won't be on till like 3:30 my time,
Nope.
Which would be in about
an hour from now. But it's nice that, I mean, you think about Albuquerque, they're also doing their games on TV. It's nice that minor league baseball is finally letting them. That's a ground ball over the first, 2 away in the 9th. But it's nice for, Oklahoma City to watch the Comets every Sunday home game. You can watch them on TV. It's really cool. rather than listening on the iHeartRadio app. I'm not trying to pick any sides. As Nick Ahmed went for 4 with a single tonight. And we've not had any stream problems. Thank God for that. So I'm happy.
0-1.
Well, let's just get for this game and for the post-game report. We just come out after this game presented by Round.
Yep. Your comments in Round Rock post-game report, we should say.
Yep, that will be coming up immediately following the end of this game.
Which will be going to the bottom of the ninth, by the way, as that's a ground ball. That's caught by Alvarez over the first, is not in time, and the inning continues.
He didn't get it. He didn't hold on to it.
That's going to be an error. I'm going to just say that's going to be no doubt an error.
Oh my! Well, I think.
And Round Rock has more. Nope, that's a base hit.
That was just a bad throw there by the shortstop.
And Round Rock has more. Nope, that's a base hit. The troubles for the Comets continues in this game. It's been like that all series.
Except for the last 2 games.
The last 2 games, not really.
But the 3 games before that, yeah, that's where they were.
It's been like that for most of the series, to be more specific.
Yeah.
Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Last thing the Comets need to do is have this game get blown wide open by Round Rock. Low, ball 2. And I said Round Rock was going to make a comeback earlier in the game, and well, you knew I was going to say that, and it's too good to be true.
Yeah, you kind of opened your mouth on that.
Well, to be fair, I kind of know Round Rock was going to have a comeback, so it's not like I'm going to say I'm trying to make sure this team loses, not trying to pick sides here.
I'm not trying to pick sides either. I'm just trying to not open my big mouth like I did yesterday.
Oh boy, first lead for Round Rock this entire game. And that's a line drive caught, and that's going to end the inning. But Caber Rodriguez gets a run on 2 hits and a runner left. Last chance for the Comets. We go to the bottom of the ninth.
Here we go. It's rally time.
For OKC, and Cole Wynn will be the pitcher, as he will be the closer.
Can he close it out?
Round Rock wins, they win the series and split the season series.
Which would be good for both of us.
Top of the order due up in the bottom of the ninth. Last thing Cole Wynn doesn't need to do is have a blown save and a loss. Well, that's a pop-up. 1 away in the ninth.
Now batting, the third baseman.
And it's going to go to the second baseman for the first out.
Yep. We'll also recap the scoring, go over the games in the International and the PCL. The Dodgers organization present the play of the game in a preview of Tuesday. And now the Comets are down to their final out.
Pop out to the left fielder.
Now batting, second baseman.
Oh boy.
Iglesias.
Let a 3-run lead slip away and about to lose 6-5. First pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Senor Sean will be doing a happy dance if that is indeed the case. Now the Comets down their final strike.
Yeah, that's a terrible ball to go.
0-2. Here's a ground ball to center field. That's down for a base hit.
The end will continue.
Yep. That was down to their final strike. Do not tell me this is going to be like IRL when the Comets blew a 3-run lead where Round Rock tied it up, and then Round Rock ended up losing it on a, quote, walk-off. That's fouled away for Ryan Ward, who's had 3 RBIs, 2 singles, 2 doubles. He's 4 for 4 tonight.
He's been one of those batters that's been good for OKC.
He's only had a stolen base. He's not had a triple, and he's not had a home run. And now they're down their final strike. Next pitch.
1 ball.
Down low.
Next pitch.
1-2. Here's a fly ball. Deep right field. Is it fair? It is not fair. It is foul. And it almost was a walk-off home run.
Oh my God.
That was close. Here's a line drive. That's going to be caught to end the game. Comets let a 3-run lead slip away. They fall 6-5 to the Express as Round Rock comes back to win the series and split the season series.
Yeah.
6-10-0 for the E-Train, 5-11-0 for the Comets. Oh, boy.
You got a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh, that has got to be one of the most ugliest losses I've seen for the Comets.
I don't think Round Rock's play of the game. It's the go-ahead home run.
That go-ahead home run, by the way, is actually going to be the E-Train's play of the game.
Yeah. What's
Right there. There it was, your play of the game right there.
What about the Comets play of the game?
I'll probably say Ryan Ward's 2 RBI double that let it off.
Yeah, that
If this was IRL, that is a confirmed you blew it, so.
Yeah, that would have.
Boy, don't you hate that. Anyway, as we have started the Whataburger post-game report, Comets fall in the series finale 6-5. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the E-Train. They left 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 runners left on base for the E-Train.
And how many for the
Comets? 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runners were left on base for the Comets as far as that is concerned. Winning pitcher JT Chagua, who retired all 3 batters he faced in the 8th inning. He will improve to 4-0. Cole Winn will get his 9th save, retired all but 1 batter he faced in the game. Ward got his 37th, 38th, 39th RBIs, McCann's 5th and 6th RBIs, and all that, yada, yada, yada. Brewstar Grotero will take the loss. 1 inning, 1 run, 2 hits. That was the go-ahead run he gave up. No walks, no strikeouts. He falls to 2-3 as far as that is concerned. Round Rock will finish the first half on a high. But a good effort for Ryan Ward, as he was definitely the happiest person alive. With the win, Round Rock improves to 42-33. But it looks like the Comets will clinch the first half, as they had the best record in the first half. Comets are 33-24 at night. They're 12-6 in the day area. Can you believe that?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so the Comets will clinch the first half as far as that is concerned. And we know today is the end of the first half of the Texas League. We'll get to that in just a second. So, big win for the Comets. We'll talk about their game on Tuesday in just a second. What happened elsewhere around the International and the PCL? Let's talk about that right now. Jacksonville beat Syracuse 8-2. Winning pitcher for the Jumbo Shrimp was Patrick Monteverdi. He's 4-3. Connor Giuseppe's first save of the year as he retired all of his batters he faced in 3 innings. Wow, that's shocking. Blade Tidwell took the loss. He falls to 9-2. Brian Navarrito had a 2-run homer for the Jumbo Shrimp. Jacob Marcy, Herberto Hernandez, Victor Mesa Jr., and Dylan Head also had the RBIs for Jacksonville. Drew Gilbert had 2 RBIs for the Mets in the loss. Worcester beat Buffalo 6-2. Winning pitcher was Conley Early. He's 2-2. The loss went to Adam Manoah. He's 1-2. Josh Rivera, Will Robinson had RBIs for the Bison. Cody Rozier, Abraham Toro, Marcelo Mayer, Christian Campbell, and Philip Sykes had the RBIs for the Red Sox in the contest. Iowa beat the Clippers of Columbus 4-2. Winning pitcher for the I-Cubs was Chris Flexen. He's 9-2. Phil Bickford's 28 save. Lost to Patrick Masick. He's 0-2. Matt Shaw had the solo shot for the I-Cubs. Reese McGuire, Jalen Palmer, and James Toronto's had RBIs for the I-Cubs. Will Wilson had a solo shot for the Clippers, and Alex Moody also had an RBI for Columbus in the loss. Louisville beat Wilkes-Barre Scranton, or Scranton Wilkes-Barre 7-2. Winning pitcher was Graham Ashcraft. He's 4-0. The loss goes to Michael Rares. He's 2-8. There was no save. Yorby Vivas, the former Dodger player, hit a 2-run homer for the Rail Riders. Quincy McAfee, Hector Rodriguez had RBIs. Blake Dunn, Novelli Marti had home runs for the Bats. And Cam Collier also had 2 RBIs for Louisville in the contest. Norfolk beat Memphis 10-5. Winning pitcher was Matt Bowman. He's 2-0. The loss went to Chris Roycroft. He's 4-1. There was no save. Home runs for Jackson Holiday, who had 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Jude Fabian and Dylan Carlson also had home runs for the Tides. Luis Vasquez and Daz Cameron also had RBIs for Norfolk. Jacob Butchberger, Gavin Collins, and Ramon Mendoza had the RBIs for Memphis as they didn't hit home runs at AutoZone Park. Lehigh Valley beat Rochester 5-3. Winning pitcher was Kyle Tyler. He's 4-2. Guillermo Zanguna's second save. The loss to Yohan Adon. He's 4-2. Jose Tena hit a 2-run homer for the Red Wings. Jack Dunn also had an RBI for Rochester. RBIs for Cal Stevenson, Zach Arnold, Garrett Stubbs for the Iron Pigs as they didn't hit any home runs at Coca-Cola Park. Nashville beat Indianapolis 3-2. Winning pitcher was Elvis Figueroa. He's 4-3. The loss went to Brian Baruckes. He's 1-2. Josh Pacossi and Mike Jarvis had home runs for Indianapolis. Caleb Durbin, Mark Canna, and Vinny Caprera had RBIs for the Sounds in the contest. Toledo shut out St. Paul 10-0 as they held the Saints to only 5 hits. Winning pitcher was Sawyer Gibson Long. He's 4-5. The loss went to Zaby Matthews. He's 0-3. Only runs scored for the Mud Hens. Kevin McDonald's 5 RBIs to lead the way for Toledo. Biggest Madras, Daniel Cabrera, Akil Badul, Max Clark, and Jace Young, former Nashville player, had the RBIs for Toledo, the only runs scored in that game. Gwinnett beat Charlotte 4-3. Winning pitcher for the Stripers was Darius Vines. He's 8-2. Buck Farmer's 22nd save. Lost to Kai Bush. He's 3-4. Home runs for Connor Capel. He had 2 of them with 3 RBIs for the Stripes. Christian Cairo also had an RBI for the Stripes of Gwinnett. Oscar Coladas and Brandon Dury had home runs for the Charlotte Knights in the contest. Last but certainly not least for the International League, if I didn't miss anybody. It looks like I did not. So cool. Durham beat Omaha 10-1. Winning pitcher for the Bulls was Logan Workman. He's 3-0. Cole Solerster, his fifth save, lost to Beck Way. He's 2-3. Taylor Walls, Jonathan Arnado, Colin Liebetter, Will Vasquez, Tanner Murray, Dominic Keegan, and Aiden Smith had RBIs for the Bulls. Gavin Cross had the only home run in the game for the Storm Chasers in the contest. Now to our PCL scoreboard. Sacramento, who the Comets will face next, took on Salt Lake. They won 5-1. Winning pitcher for the River Cats was Lou Trevino. He's 5-0. The loss went to Sam Bachman. He's 2-5. Marco Luciano, Hunter Bishop, and David Villar had RBIs for the River Cats. Bryce Teodosio had the only RBI for the Bees in the contest. Albuquerque beat Tacoma 6-2. Winning pitcher for the Isotopes was Carson Palmquist. He's 7-2. The loss to Jackson Coward. He's 5-4. Austin Noah, Castancura, Yanquel Fernandez, and Julio Carreras had home runs for the Isotopes at Cheney Stadium. Aaron Schunk also added an RBI for Albuquerque. Tyler Locklear had the 2-run homer for the Rainiers in the contest. Sugarland beat Las Vegas 5-2. Winning pitcher for the Space Cowboys was Brandon Walter. He's 5-4. Stephen Okert's first save. The loss goes to Ken Waldachuk. He's 3-2. Carlos Cortez had 2 RBIs for the Overachers of the contest. Zach Full hit a 2-run homer for the Space Cowboys. Cooper Hummel and Zach Short also had some RBIs for Sugarland. Reno beat El Paso 7-5, the last game up. Winning pitcher went to Mitchell Strumpo. His first one, 1-1. Joe Manife's the third save. Lost to Ryan Berger. He's 5-6. Sean Reynolds got his first blown save of the year. Manuel Pina, Jordan Lawler, Christian Robertson, and Amaris Garcia had the RBIs for Reno. Only home runs for the Chihuahuas, and the only home runs in the game. Leodiris DeVries, Forrest Ryan Wilson homered for the Chihuahuas. Forrest Wall had the only RBI for El Paso in the contest. Around the Dodgers organization, Los Angeles Dodgers, they beat the Washington Nationals 8-2 to take 2 of 3 and finish their homestand on a high. Winning pitcher was Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He is 9-3. Evan Reifert, the loss, he's 3-1. Former Dodger Tabor Ruiz had a home run for the Nationals. James Wood had an RBI for the Nats. Mike Soroka, 1 run, 2 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts in 5 innings, figured in a no decision. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 1 run, 6 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts, no save by the way. Hai-Sun Kim, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Dalton Rushing homered for the Dodgers, and Shohei Ohtani also added an RBI for LA. Dodgers take 2 of 3 from the Washington Nationals. They are off tomorrow before they head to Colorado to take on the Colorado Rockies. Clayton Kershaw will start for the Dodgers. Ryan Fertner will start for the Rockies at Coors Field. Around the Dodgers minor league system, Double-A Tulsa, who gets a frying pan because they hit that number with Midland. They won 6-3 to take 4 out of 6 against Midland. Jared Carros got the win, improves to 3-2. Colin Perlouse, the loss, he's 4-3. Braden Bareilles, Nate Nankill had RBIs for the Midland Rockhounds. Matt Crook, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts in 5 innings, figured a no decision. Kyle Gibson, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts in 6 1/3. He figured a no decision. Jose Hernandez retired all but 1 batter he faced to pick up his 24th save. Carlos Rodriguez, Joe Andrew Vargas, Griffin Lockwood Powell, and Mike Sirota had RBIs for the Drillers. Any final thoughts you want to say, Sean, before we get out of here and have some barbecue?
Hey, it's been fun being out here for the past 6 games. It's going to be a lot of fun, though, for the rest of the season. and we'll see if we get at least one more opportunity to go against each other.
It will be pretty good. So the Comets, after losing their first home series, by the way, that is their first home series they have lost this year, by the way. Can you believe that?
That's shocking.
Yes. So a day off tomorrow, Comets head to Sacramento to take on the Sacramento River Cats to open a 6-game series at Sutter Health Park. No, we're not going to a fictional ballpark. I made sure to put Sutter Health Park underneath Sacramento. That is where we're heading. 8:45 first pitch, 6:45 local. Emmett Sheehan will look to bounce back from a disappointing loss against the E-Train. He's 2-5 with a 2.65 earned run average. Joey Lucchesi also looking to continue his momentum in his last start. He'll start for the River Cats. He's 5-3 with a 3.42 earned run average. 8:45 first pitch on Tuesday. Our live coverage will begin at 8:30 with Comets on deck here on 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or on the iHeartRadio app. Tough loss for the Comets. They fall 6-5 to the E-Train of Round Rock. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Round Rock Express. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Comets. Winning pitcher was JT Chagua. He's 4-0. Cole Wentz, 9 save. The loss goes to Bruce Grotterol. He's 2-3. Round Rock ends the series, taking 4 out of 6. Splits the season series with the Comets. Their record is 42-33. The Comets have really been struggling of late as they end off the first half, losing 4 of their last 6. They've also have lost 8 of their last 12. They fall to 45-30. Thank you to Sean for joining me all series for the Round Rock Express, for our producer and engineer, the YouTuber back in our 1340 studios. I'm Dean DeVoe saying good afternoon and good night from Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Thanks as always for joining us. We'll talk to you Tuesday in Sacramento, California against the River Cats. Coming up next, it's the Infinity Sportsnet Studios with all your scores and highlights. We'll talk to you Tuesday. You've been listening to OKC Comets Baseball, presented by